FM2.
Welcome to Dartmoor National Park. There are 15 national parks in the UK, 10 of which are in England. Dartmoor here is one of them, down in the southwest. Hi guys, I'm here today in Dartmoor and I'm going to talk about mountains. How do mountains form? So I'm stood at the top of a tor. This is Bear Down Tor, and I just wanted to talk about how has this got here. Like, why is it that this landscape is so hilly and lumpy? So it all starts 300 million years ago. So 300 million years ago, this area was underneath the sea, and we were a lot nearer the equator. So it was really warm, it was tropical, a bit like Finding Nemo, and there was a load of sediment that built up underneath in the ocean in something called a geosyncline. And then what happened is this area got squished between two tectonic plates. The two plates came together and pushed up the land. And this is a destructive plate boundary where the plates have been pushed up together. And that's created fold mountains. So fold mountains are sort of crumpled areas of geology where the land has been pushed up. And this land here was once, if you went to sort of 200 million years ago, sort of thinking about sort of dinosaur era, this area in the southwest of England would have been taller than Everest, 8,000 metres high, really high, pushed up, even bigger than it is today. What's then happened is this is all weathered and worn away through erosion. Most erosion is through rain, a bit by ice, people think, a bit of wind as well. And it's basically worn down these big, tall, 8,000 metre peaks to what they are today. And we're now looking at sort of 500-600 metre, some of these peaks up here. And then Dartmoor is this unusual rock. It's granite. Granite is incredibly hard. Granite is formed under the ground, and this was once something called a huge batholith, which is where magma cools down underground at a really slow rate, and it creates this granite. The granite is really finely textured. I'll come and show you. So it's really finely textured, but it's really hard. This is some of the granite here. Incredibly hard rock, and because it's so hard, it basically hasn't worn away, which has left behind these tors, these lumpy hills in this area. So we're here next to a tor, and I'm just going to talk about how these tors are formed. So we said they were granite. This granite formed 280 million years ago. It formed deep underground, as I said earlier, as a batholith. So it was a big bit of magma that was in the earth, and it cooled down really slowly to make this granite. And then this here is a tor. Dartmoor's famous for them. These are formed through weathering, and they're raised up above the ground. They're really funny shapes, and these have been formed through a couple of processes formed through weathering. So remember, weathering occurs where the rock is, and weathering, this has had chemical weathering, so it's had acid rain and wearing this away. It's also had wind, aeolian erosion, and then it's also had freeze thaw. So freeze thaw is when you get water get into these cracks as rainwater, then it freezes at night, cracks the rocks apart, and then what happens is these big bits of rock like fall off, and that weathering process creates these weird landforms, which are called tors. This one's called Crow Tor. That's how these landforms are made up in this landscape. So mountains are really high bits, obviously, in this country. To be a mountain, you need to be over 600 metres. We are on this really strong bit of rock here, and these girls are just going to let you know where we are.
Yeah, we're here at Bear Down Tors. We're 511 metres above sea level.
And where's the sea?
That way.
That direction.
We hope.
So the sea is that way.
And there's Big Pole. That way.
And that's where we're going tomorrow. So I said that Dartmoor is made up of granite, which I said was an igneous rock. But if you imagine this huge load of magma under the ground, heating up and the area around it, what you get on the edges of where that igneous rock was is you get metamorphic processes going on. So metamorphic rocks are formed by heat and pressure, and so on the edges of this big batholith that formed underground 280 million years ago, you've actually got other minerals being formed. So this is the granite that we have, and you can see with granite that it has lots of big particles in it. The big white bits are silica. Dartmoor granite's also famous for having a lot of feldspar in it. And this, I'm in a really big valley here. I'll show you this way. Really big valley, and this valley is an example of an area where there was lots of metamorphism going on of the surrounding area when this batholith was cooling down, and what it did is it caused a seam of tin to be formed, and Dartmoor was famous for tin, and behind me here you can see some of the things that some places where tin miners have lived. We've also got some features that were made out of the local granite. So just here, these big bits of granite, these have been made into a bridge. We've got some nice walls here that we made out of granite. And then this here is an old tin mining house. And all along this valley, there's lots of old tin works. And it once made this part of the world very rich and very wealthy when they were mining out the tin. British tin is really good quality. And actually, if you go back even further in history, further than when nearly fell over, further than when this house was built, back to sort of the Bronze Age, they think that British tin was really important for improving the quality of bronze. Bronze is just made from copper. When you mix tin with it, you get a slightly stronger metal, and that means when you've got stronger metal, you can make stronger tools with it. And so this mineralisation and this sort of geology of the area led to sort of human development in this area, and has contributed to some of the developments that people have made in the past. So it's the importance and the value of a lot of this rock. And this granite round here is still very popular. There's still some live quarries. Granite's very popular for making patios, for making kitchen units. And it's still mined today, and it still has great value.